Hello, I'm so excited to be here again on the Green Janitors Show, and today we'll be talking about waste as a resource and not a problem. Waste as a resource and not a problem. It's very important to know that we can have a greener environment without a proper perspective of what waste is and other factors in the environment. Our guest on the show today is a very vibrant and diligent environmentalist. He is the executive director of Green Janitors Sustainable Initiative. Join me to welcome on the show today Mr. Ashade Abdulsalam as he shares with us waste as a resource and not a problem.
I'm the executive director of Green Janitors Sustainable Initiative, and on Green Janitors TV show with me today, I'll be discussing waste as a resource and not a problem. What is waste? Waste is anything that is unwanted, something that is not useful for us again. That is waste. But then, how does waste become a problem? And how does waste become a resource? Waste become a problem when we waste what we call waste. Literally, something become a waste when it's no more useful to us again. So waste will become a problem when you waste that waste. And that is why we have different types of waste. For example, we have domestic waste, medical waste, industrial waste, construction waste. We have varieties of waste. Now, how does that waste constitute a problem? And how does the waste become a resource? When we look at the hierarchy of waste management, the first thing you ever see in the hierarchy is the prevention. That is working towards that you don't even have anything they call waste at all. Then if you have it, the next thing is that you reuse that waste. If you can't reuse, then you have to what? Reduce. The reduce comes before the reuse, because you need to reduce the waste before you will now reuse. If you cannot reuse, then you recycle. If you can't recycle, you recover it through energy. And if you can't do that, the last option is now disposal. That's you dispose the waste. But we don't want the instances whereby you dispose the waste. Because what you call a waste is a resource to another person. And typical example is the solid waste that we haul that constitutes majority of our waste now. For example, the PET bottles. If you look at PET bottles, to some people it's a problem because PET bottle is clogging our drainage system, our gutter, our waterways, and at the end of the day causing pollution. But then, what makes that plastic become a waste? It is because of the discipline, the unconsciousness of people towards that plastic. For example, the plastic you are calling a waste is what we use for making table and stool ottomans. The plastic you call waste is what the recycling facility turns to flakes by baling or crushing and sell them to manufacturing company. All these plastic are what they use to make our materials, our wares, our electronics, our gadgets. But because we ourselves did not have that discipline towards managing our waste, and that is why the first point of calling is waste separation. Separating your waste from source. We have some waste that are called recyclables. These ones are things that can be turned to another form, like the plastic, the cans, the paper, the cardboard, the tires. But when you jam pack all your waste together, they become rubbish. They are not going to be useful again. So literally, a waste becomes a problem when we make it a problem. But if you can figure it out, you are inside the vehicle, you consume a PET bottle Coke, the next thing you do is that you throw the waste, you throw the plastic away through the window. You make that waste become a problem to the society. But if you keep that plastic, you get up, you sort it, you sell to the to those people that buy it, is either those that use for recycling, or the off-takers, or the buy-off centers. They pay you for bringing it, and it becomes resources to them. So it is our own consciousness towards how to manage waste that define how waste become a problem. Because for now, waste is not a problem. It is we that we are the problem of the waste. Because it is how you treat the waste that make the waste to become a problem or resource. So we are advocating, and that's why we have a TV show like Green Janitors, trying to sensitize the people that what we call waste is a resource. Another man's problem as a waste is another man's resource as a waste. So we need to Practice what we call the 3 R's. You reduce your waste. If you have opportunity of using another thing instead of using something that will constitute waste, then reduce the amount of using it. If you can't reduce it, you've used it, then reuse it for a number of times so that it will not cause problem to society. If you can't reduce, then you recycle it. And these are ways in which this waste will become a resource to us, another problem. For example, some of the things we can use our waste for is energy. Looking at what we call, when you consume your corn, the last part of after consuming your corn, the last thing you see is this is the long hook that we finish eating from the corn. And what you do is what you throw that away. But did you know that corn, after finishing consuming your corn, that thing that remains after consuming that corn is what they can use to make briquettes. That is biomass energy. Until you know that everything you see is a resource. Until then, you will become the problem for the waste, and not waste being the problem, because waste is a resource and not a problem. Thank you so much, and God bless you.
Thank you so much, Mr. Ashade Abdulsalam, for that high opener. Thank you for taking us through the 3 R's, how we can convert waste to energy, and showing us the nitty-gritty, the little things on waste. Yeah, it's a very, very great pleasure and privilege to have you on the show today, and I hope viewers at home, you have now seen the side of waste as raw materials and resources to us are not problem. Yeah, till next time on the Green Utility Show, ensure you maximize your waste and see waste as a resource and not a problem. Thank you.